Section 2.3 is a major or central tendency. On 2.1, we have learned how to summarize the data into the frequency distribution table and how to visualize, how to create the histogram, how to create the polygon or drive graph. Section 2.2, we went over the stem and leaf plot, and we also learned the pie chart, dot graph, and scatter plot. Now 2.3, we want to start to learn the central. We want to see when we have the data, when we have the data summarized, we want to see the central area of the data we have, which is by looking at the mean, by looking at the median, by looking at the mode, we can get more information to understand the central of the data. Now, central is the same meaning in the middle, right? Which is in the middle, that would be the most interesting part we are looking for when we analyze the data. So in this section, we are going to learn how to find the mean, median, and the mode. Now, mean. Mean is the same writing as the average, right? These two, they are the same meaning. Most of people have know this one very well. Right? We all know finding the mean, we just add all the data we have and then divide by the number of the data we have. Then we will find the mean. So the mean is just the sum of the data entries divided by the number of entries. In the sigma notation, this is a summation, which is when we add all the data entry. X represents the data entry. And here, with the textbook, this distinguish the mean into the two parts. One part we call population mean, another part we call sample mean. So if our data is getting from entire population, the way we represent the mean, we put a kind of like a U. This is a Greek letter. The way you call it, we call mu. Mu. So mu is a presentation of the average from the population. So we sum, this is sigma, right? We call sigma. Sigma. So sigma xi, I is the indicate number. So for the indicate number, we start from 1, x1, x2, x3, and keep going to x100. So when you have the 100 entries data, so this would be the first data, second data, the third data, the 100th data. It just kind of like put it into a list, right? So tell us how many data we have. So when I add all the entry data together, it will turn to the sigma of the x sub I. We call x sub I because I is on the lower bottom part. So we call x sub I. I mean, we add. It just tells us we add all the data together. So finding the population mean, we call mu. Finding the mu, we sum all the data entries, which is the population data entries, then divide by capital N. Capital N represents the population size N. And here we have the 100 data, right? 100 of the data. So our N is equal to 100. So this is the population mean. Sample mean, we write down the X bar. We use the X bar to represent the sample mean. finding the sample mean, same way, we add all the sample data, and here they use a little x, here they put a capital X, right? This is a capital X, and this is a little x. You add all the sample data together, then you divide by little n. N is the sample size, right? So n is a sample size, and capital N is a population sample size. So when you see the mu, you should know this is the average. This is a numerical number getting from population. When you see the X bar, you should know that is the average number getting from sample. Alright, so we're finding the sample mean. The weight in pounds for sample of adults before starting a weight loss study are listed. What is the mean weight of the adult? So here we only have the sample. This is sample set. So we have seven data set. So our sample size is n equal 7. Now finding the mean weight of the sample set, we simply to add, right? We just find the sum of the little x sub I. So adding all together, we get 1,810 pounds total. Finding the sample mean, we label them X bar. And then, so the total weight is 1,810. When we divide by 7, the average weight from the sample is 258.6 pounds. Alright, and then you can, there's an activity or example you can interact to play or to try the practice in a course module. Now move on to finding the median. Median is a middle. It's a middle of your data. Before we find the median, we need to put it in the order data, right? You have to make sure your data in the order. Otherwise, your median is not present the true median order form, and then we go find the middle. When you have the data set come with an even number or come with an odd number, the way we find the median is a little bit different. When you have the odd number, we call odd number entries. The median just the middle, right? It's the middle of the data entry. When you have the even number of the data, median is a mean of the two middle. Median is a mean of the two middle data entries when your data size is an even entries. So the median of a variable is a value that lies in the middle of the data when arranged in order. And we use the M to represent the median. We use a capital M to represent it. So find the median. Arrange the data in ascending order. Ascending order, that means from smallest to largest, right? From smallest to largest. And then you need to determine the number of the population. It could be even, it could be odd. When you have the odd number data of entries, you simply to take the middle. The middle one would be the median. When your data entry is an even number entries, you take the middle 2. Add and all, divide by 2. So we look at the example here. Find the median of the weight list in the first example. So the data is here. So the size of the data with this example is 7. So 7 is an odd number. So finding the median, we just go find the middle. The middle one would be the median. So this is the middle one. So your median is 268. If we look at example 2. Example 2, we have 6 data of entries. So 6 data entries here because your n is an even number. So we take the middle 2. And then you sum these 2, you add these 2, divide by 2. That will turn to your median. Okay. So just add these 2. We have 235 plus 274 divided by 2. The median of this example is 254.5. So step 1, put your data into the descending order or increasing order. These two, they are telling the same thing, which is from smallest to the largest. When your data entry is an even number, you pick the middle 2. Take the middle 2 and then add it all, divide by 2. That would be the median. Mode. Mode, that means the data entry that occurs with the greatest frequency, which is the happen most frequent. If no entry is repeated, then the data has no mode. If two entries occur with the same greatest frequency, each entry is a mode. Then we have bimodal. If a data set has 3 or more data values that occur with the highest frequency, then the data set is a multimodal. Alright, so we look at the example 2 here. At a political debate, a sample of the audience members was asked to name the political party to which they belong. Then responses are shown in the table. What is the mode of the response? So this is a table. So the response occurring with the greatest frequency is a Democrat. So the mode is a Democrat in this sample. There were more Democrats than people of any other single affiliation. So because this number is the largest number, so this would be the mode.